gods have, well, 2 out of 5, I think, of the gods have failed.
Yeah, you got 2 of us.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And then y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves.
My name is Martin. I am the rhythm guitarist for The Gods Have Failed.
And my name is Steven, and I am the, I guess you could say, lead guitarist of the Gods Have Failed.
Lead guitarist and badass.
Yeah, y'all both shred pretty much, pretty good, dude. I dig it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I guess let's say, who was like the first band you heard that made you want to start playing music?
I'll let Steven answer that first.
All right, man, for me, I grew up listening to heavy metal thanks to my dad, and the first thing that I had ever heard that made me want to actually play guitar, I would say, was Crazy Train. And I heard that for the very first time being a little ass kid, probably 8, 9 years old. Yeah, and it was just like, I don't know, as soon as I heard that, I was like, that's what I want to do,
Oh yeah, I dig it, man. Ozzy Osbourne's one of the best ever.
Hell yeah, one of the best to ever do it. I'll tell you my little story just kind of briefly. I used to ride BMX way back in the day. I'm the old guy in the band, of course. We had a half pipe in my buddy's backyard, and I'd show up to ride the ramp, and I'd have my little hip-hop cassettes with me. I had Run DMC, Beastie Boys, and LL Cool J, and they would never let me listen to my own music while we were riding, and all they would play all damn day is Master of Puppets by Metallica, and after about 3 days, I was hooked.
I feel that's arguably one of the most perfect metal songs I've heard, or like people have said, just because it's got every aspect like most people look for in metal. Like it's just a great song. Honestly, I love it. Probably, I wouldn't say it's the best of my favorite of Metallica, but smart metalheads have said that that's arguably the greatest, most perfect metal song there is. So,
oh, definitely, I would agree.
Well, that's awesome, man. Y'all actually are very thrashy like Metallica. I dig it a lot, like Slayer-ish, I would say.
Oh man, we try and we pull from a bunch of different influences. Of course, just speaking for myself, some of my primary influences other than Metallica are bands like Megadeth and Slayer and Testament and those bands, yeah.
Well, they have the big 4 out there, which I believe are Anthrax, Metallica, Slayer, and Megadeth. Who is your favorite out of those? Megadeth, Metallica.
I'll let Steven answer that one.
For me, man, it's got to be Megadeth.
See, I like that. My brother's going to hate me for saying this, but I got to go with Megadeth also.
It's real hard for me to decide, man, because they're both really influential to my writing style, and I like listening to them both. At one point, I kind of quit listening to Metallica, and so I just listened to a bunch of Megadeth, but with Metallica's new stuff, I'm really digging it, and I don't know, man. I'd have to give them a little. They're kind of equal in my book, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I can dig that. The guy who started Megadeth was once in Metallica, so it's kind of
right,
neck and neck.
Yeah, I saw a YouTube video about a bunch of different bands. It was like guys from Anthrax and guys from Death Angel or something. They were all talking about like not just Megadeth, but Dave Mustaine has had on like the whole thrash movement. Because I guess a lot of people would say that Metallica were really like the first guys to do it. I guess they were like the first guys to really, put it in everybody's faces as much as they did. And I gotta go with Dave. I gotta side with him a little bit because I know that he wrote the majority of the stuff that was played in the early Metallica days. A lot of the stuff that helped Metallica come up was, Dave Mustaine stuff that he wrote. So,
yeah,
it wouldn't be a Metallica without Dave, I feel like.
Yeah, but I still think, what is his name? James Hetfield. He is a really, really good guitarist, man. Just the amount of down picking he does, that dude's wrist has got to be like fucking just straight muscle.
Yeah, James is a badass dude. I love James.
Yeah, he's awesome, man. I seen him. I seen a video of him. Jack Black came up on, Tenacious D was on stage, and they had him come out and play a little bit of One, and it was pretty cool, man. I love Tenacious D. Pretty good for acoustic metal.
Oh yeah, Jack Black is a genius, dude. Like, and Kyle Gass is just a super great guitar player. That's honestly a very underrated pair, just because they're two of the most
pretty much. But they're
they're
really
two
good
of
at
the
what they
most
do.
talented, exactly. Two of the most talented guitar players that are, anywhere. Like, just because they're not, selling millions of albums and whatnot. Those guys are really good at what they do. They're really good songwriters, and they mastered their instruments.
Oh, and the fact that they had Dave Grohl come in to drum and play Satan in the movie was pretty awesome in my book. I mean, I like Nirvana and I love Foo Fighters.
We were just talking about that movie in practice just the other night.
The Pick of Destiny. I love that movie, man. I actually have always had somewhat of a dream to be in a Tenacious D cover band, because if you get a little whiskey in me, I will belt out some Tenacious D.
Hell yeah.
So anyways, how did y'all all meet? Just Facebook or?
I guess I can answer that one. Yeah.
You go ahead.
So this band actually started about, I want to say, 2 years ago, maybe a little longer than 2 years ago. Me and our former bass player, we decided we wanted to start playing, put this shit together. Some things happened. Some things worked out. Some things didn't. But to make a long story short, I was looking for a lead guitarist because we didn't have a lead guitarist at the time. And we had just lost the guitarist that we did have playing for us. So I got on YouTube and I started looking up some videos, and I was not even really looking for anybody here in Lubbock. And at the time, I don't think I was even looking for a guitar player, even though we were looking for a guitar player as a band. But I ran across a YouTube video of a talent show at Lubbock High School. And these guys were playing Metallica. And so I started asking a bunch of my friends on Facebook, man, who are these guys? They went to Lubbock High School, so they've got to live here in town. And I need to know who this dude that's playing, playing lead guitar at this talent show. I need to figure out who the hell he is. And so a buddy of mine said, oh, man, that's Steven Martinez. Hit him up. He's on my friends list. So I hit him up and asked him to come out and jam with us. And that's how Steven ended up in the fold.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I just got a random Facebook message from him one day, and it was something along the lines of, "Hey, our music dude playing the solos in the talent show video." I was like, "Yeah, that's me." And it was like it was like a work in progress, because Martin has been busy with getting his degree at Texas Tech, so he spent a lot of time working on that. And so we didn't immediately get to jam. It was a good few months before we finally got to meet up and go over material and whatnot. And when I had first heard these guys jam with the original bass player, it was Martin, Eric, and now, and a different bass player. And immediately, like, the sound that the guys had put together kind of reminded me of like a cross between like Exodus and Lamb of God. It was just super heavy, and it was just super, like you said, thrashy. And so I immediately was just like, hell yeah, like I want to jam with these guys.
Yeah.
And, I had a few things that I had written over the years and whatnot, and finally had the right band to try to put these kinds of things together with. Just this specific sound that we have is just something that, I don't know, to me, is super exciting, because I feel like there's not really a whole lot of bands that have the type of sound that we have, at least not in the mainstream. There's a lot of great bands, like Havoc is one of them, Ex Mortis, Warbringer, a lot of really good modern thrash bands, but, because I guess thrash is just so old school. Yeah, exactly. And, I guess because thrash is so old school, there's not like a huge following, not like the way it was back in the 80s, but I think with the Gods of Failed, man, we've got us a pretty good following, at least here locally. A lot of people seem to be into what we're doing, and we're having lots of fun doing it, man. It's really fun to play. It's really aggressive music, and it's really melodic sometimes too. We had a lot of fun
Yeah, it's not just straight thrash metal like you would hear. Like the way he sings sometimes, it I don't know how to explain it, but it just makes sense in my head because it's almost like thrash core, almost, but not like. I don't know how to explain it. It just makes sense in my head. I love it though.
You know, the way that you're explaining it, thrashcore would probably be the best way that I can explain it as well. And I'm sure that Steven would agree with me because most of the stuff that I write is more 80s and 90s thrash metal. And then the stuff that Steven has brought to the table, a metalcore sound and feeling. And so it's kind of like we've meshed the both together somehow.
And I've never actually heard any bands like that, to be complete. Like, I mean, maybe Lamb of God could be thrashcore, but that's just, I think they're just heavy metal, man. They're just brutal.
They're badass.
Lamb of God is in their own category.
Yeah, I love it. And then he started singing, and who'd have thought that this dude has such a beautiful voice too?
Right.
I was kind of skeptical to hear about it at first, and I was like, this is not bad.
You talking about Randy Blythe?
Oh yeah, he's one of my top favorite frontmen ever, man. He's just awesome stage presence, fucking powerful voice, like just all around awesome dude.
And his stage presence is amazing. He's kind of scary on stage.
Yeah.
He's really intense.
And he's such a small dude too. That's what's wild about it. We're going to take a quick break right quick and let you hear The Great Lie by The Gods Have Failed.